While since Mark has been up with me, but he was away for the last couple of months, but he's back and delighted to welcome him into the studio. Mark, you're very welcome into the studio again.
Thanks for having me, Tommy. How's things?
I believe you went away for a little break there in May and you only came back for Christmas. Tell us a little bit about that.
Hey, what was it? I think it was July. Start of July. I took a notion and headed off to Australia, see what all the fuss was about.
And was there any fuss over there?
A wee bit, I suppose, a wee bit.
And come here, have you any family or friends over there?
I have my brother over there, and I have a heap of friends and all too. They're all over working away, hashing out.
And how did you find it over there? Did you
different?
Like it different?
But a good different. It was.
Yeah.
It was hard to get used to at first because it's just a completely different lifestyle. But I got there and ended up and was working away doing concreting myself up 2 hours north of Melbourne.
Yeah, it's a great place. You know, a lot of young people are going over there. I know my good friend John Dolan from Off the Cuff, his son went over there about a year ago and he seems to like it over there.
It's good. You know, people want different experiences. It's good to go over and see that other side of the world and work away and see what all they get up to over there.
Yeah, come here. The last time you were up with me, you were up with the two lads over from Nashville.
That's right, Randy and Brandon.
What was it? The Night Timers, was it?
Yeah, the all-nighters.
You hosted them when they were here.
I did.
Two good lads. They'll probably be back again next year.
Hopefully. I have to say now, they live up to the name.
Yeah.
The all-nighters.
I'd be following them there on Facebook now still. You know, they're doing grand.
They are.
But come here yourself. The last time you were up with me too on your own, you had your own album out. You brought your album out. Was it last year or just the year before? Because you had been up with Paul and Jimmy as well.
Let me see. It would have been January, the start of January last year. But I had the launch night. Was it just must be 2 years ago now? In 2024 was the launch night, was it not?
Yeah. Because it's funny, you know, until I seen your album and I seen you on with Paul and Jimmy, that was the first time I had heard of you, you know, as a country artist around, because, you know, a lot of the local artists, you would have known them, but that was the first time you came to my attention, and not trying to be kind of patronising or anything like that, but I said, God, this young fella, why haven't I heard of this guy before, you know? So the album went down well for you anyway.
It did. I got two number one hits out of it.
Yeah, was it Where Corn Don't Grow?
Where Corn Don't Grow, and then the Keith Whitley song, I'm No Stranger to the Rain.
Yeah, two great songs. Yeah, if you couldn't do well with them.
That's it.
How did you get into the music in the first place? When did you start off? Because you're only young yet.
Oh God, let me see. I think I started learning guitar whenever I was around 6.
Yeah,
and I remembered there. I think it was last week. The first ever Johnny Cash song I heard was a thing called Love, and I remember then after hearing that song, then I kind of went down the rabbit hole, and my stepdad, he introduced me to the likes of John Prine, Charlie Pride, and George Strait and George Jones.
Yeah,
and I haven't really listened to anything else just apart from the real country.
Isn't it funny? There's a young lad from Sia Mills was up with me a couple of months ago, to Alistair Spencer, and he'd be around your own age, but he's got into the real older country, you know, like Ernest Tubb and Hank Williams. It's amazing, you know, like, you know, you would think a guy your age now, you'd be more into the kind of a pop field or whatever, you know.
I listen to it all the time, but whenever I have the choice of putting on a song, it's, you know, a good old hit from the 60s or something.
Come here, you have the guitar with you there, and you tell me you like John Prine stuff. You might give us an old John Prine song.
I might.
Tell us what one.
I think I'll do you a little cover of John's All the Best. That was the last song that I done before I headed off to Australia down in the Beehive with Pat in Ardara.
That's what you said to your mum. All the best on the way.
See how this goes. I wish you love and happiness. Yes, I wish you all the best. Wish you don't do like I do. Ever fall in love with someone like you. 'Cause if you fell just like I did, probably walk around the block like a little kid. But kids don't know. They can only guess how hard it is
wish you happiness. I guess that love is like a Christmas card. Decorate a tree, throw it in the yard. It decays and dies, and the snowman melts. Well, I once knew love, I knew how love felt. Well, I knew love, love knew me. And when I walked, love walked with me. Ain't got no hate, ain't got no pride. Well, I got so much love that I cannot hide. Well, I got so much love that I cannot hide. Say you drive a Chevy, say you drive a Ford, say you drive around the town till you just get bored. Then you change your mind for something else to do. Then your heart gets bored with your mind and it changes you. It's a doggone shame, it's an awful mess. Well, I wish you love, wish you happiness. I guess I wish you all the best.
Great stuff, John Prine. Hard to beat the old John Prine songs, isn't it? That's not featured on the album at all. Sure,
It isn't. It was I thought though I was going to put it on, but sure, we'll save that for the next one.
Yeah, come here. That's talking about the next one. Any since you got back, have you thought about doing something new or doing a few new songs?
I've thought about it. I have. It's been niggling in my mind. I've been thinking about what would I like to do, but I think the next thing that I would put out would be, I'd say, an album full of just full originals.
Yeah.
Whenever I have enough saved up to put them all out.
when you were choosing the songs for the current album, how did you go about it? You know, because there's a great selection of songs on it, and there's one or two of them you wrote yourself on it as well, isn't there?
There's two on them, two on there that I wrote myself. The selection process was there's such a different range of singers that I like.
Yeah.
And I thought, why not choose one song from each of them and then do 10 different songs from 10 different artists that I listen to, and then I threw two on then of my own songs. Yeah,
what's a great thing too, and I remember saying, Ryan Turner saying at one time too about, you know, a lot of the artists that are out in Ireland at the moment, some of them, you might get two or three of them would record the same song. Whereas Ryan was saying, you know, what somebody should do, just like yourself, sometimes you can get a forgotten song off an album, a track of an, like I remember there was a song I used to never play off Randy Travis's The Stormers of Life album. It's called There'll Always Be a Honky Tonk. It was the last song on the album, and it was a great song, and nobody ever recorded it. No. You know, but there's not only that album, but lots of other songs. There's kind of album tracks, and that's what you've been doing. You've been picking songs that nobody else has recorded.
Yeah,
doing a good version of, like,
ones that people kind of forgot about. Because I mind after I recorded I'm No Stranger to the Rain.
Yeah,
I can't mind who it was, but they come up to me in the pub one night and they said, it has been years since I heard that song.
Yeah,
they said, but I remembered every word of it the second you started singing it again.
Yeah, that's great. And like for Corn Don't Grow, I know Travis Tritt did a more recent version, but it was Waylon Jennings. But I had known nobody else who recorded that song, you know, and great old song.
I kind of done a mix of Travis's version with the upbeat, but then I kind of used Waylon's phrasing for the recording of it, then kind of made a mash of both.
Yeah. It's funny, you know, I just getting away from that at the moment. Since you came in there this evening, I was looking at you and I was saying, what's different about this guy? Because I had a picture of you and me up on Facebook today saying you're going to be coming on the show.
I was looking at that this evening.
And I was just looking at you when you came in, and between your haircut and I think you lost a bit of weight, you looked like a brother of Mark Doherty that was up with me.
The first week I came back, I walked into the shop down in Carnan. There was one of the ones worked behind the counter said, "Is Mark home from Australia?" And, "You're Mark's brother, aren't you?" And, "Wait, no, you're Mark." They couldn't recognise me. And I thought, I've only been away for a couple of months. What would happen if I stayed for a year?
No, but it's amazing, like you look very healthy, and you must have been doing the right things when you were out in Australia.
Feeling better too,
Yeah.
losing all the weight. And
Have you done any gigging since you got back home?
I've had a few in the Anchor Bar in Kilmany. I've had a good couple of gigs, and McGorry's in Kildare. I've been in there a good bit.
Yeah, the last time I was talking to you, you were telling me you were going to be doing one down in the brewery down in Muff. It's a fine venue down there.
That's right.
You were talking about doing a gig in there.
I don't think I actually got to do that gig. I think I was double booked that night.
Yeah. Oh, you mentioned McCrory's as well. That's a great little venue, isn't it? It's a real kind of intimate.
Lovely little spot. You can play all the songs that nobody in the world knows, and just the type of crowd.
But people who go there kind of appreciate music,
They're listener songs that they like.
Yeah,
you know, not the upbeat ones where you go hectic in the pub or anything. They sit down and have their pint and listen to the story of the song.
Yeah. Come here, give us another song and tell us what you're going to do this time.
I'll try. See how it goes. I'll try Where Corn Don't Grow.
Why not?
I'm only getting back into it. The guitar sat under the bed the whole time I was away.
As we sat on the front porch, the old grey house where I was born and raised, staring at the dusty fields where Daddy always worked hard every day. I think it kind of hurt him when I said, Daddy, there's a lot that I don't know. Don't you ever dream about a life where corn don't grow? He just sat there silent, staring in his favorite coffee cup. I saw a storm of mixed emotion in his eyes when he looked up. He said, son, I know at your age feels like this whole world is turning slow. And you think you'll find the answer to it all where corn don't grow. Hard times are real, there's dusty fields, don't matter where you go. You may change your mind when the weeds are high where corn don't grow. I remember feeling guilty. Daddy turned and walked back towards the house. Well, I was only 17 back then. Seems like counting more than I do now. Well, I can't say he didn't tell me the city life's a hard road to hoe. And you think you'll find the answer to it all where corn don't grow. Hard times are real, dusty fields, no matter where you go. You may change your mind when the weeds are high where corn don't grow. You may change your mind when the weeds are high where corn don't grow.
Here you go, Where Corn Don't Grow. Mark, just while we were playing the last song or two, I noticed a few messages coming in. I'll read them to you. Big hello from Anthony Gallagher. Hello from Donegal Horizon. Mary Barr, say hi to Mark from Mary Barr and Pauline Martin. Keep her lit. Also hello to Josie Bradford Farn. Great work, Mark. Bernie Heaney, brilliant singer. Heard him in Killybegs. Mary Gibson, brilliant singer, voice like Johnny Cash. Kathleen Brady, absolutely brilliant. Anthony Gallagher, you shouldn't be. You should be on Dancing with the Stars. Why not? Kathleen McGonigal, brilliant Mark. Michael Doherty, brilliant Mark. Diane Doherty, so proud of you, Mark. Dean Moore, yes, Mark, keep her lit. Also, the Music Room, brilliant Mark, one of life's gentlemen. They don't know you too well, do they? Noreen Healy, brilliant singer. Dean Moore again. Many's a time I sat in the chair at Highland. Oh, Dean, well, we won't hold that against you. And you escaped. We were wondering where you went. Also, Lisa O'Donnell, great work, Mark. And that's just a few of them that are coming in. So I'm telling you, that means there's about 10 or 11 people listening to us.
That's not so bad. That's not so bad, Tommy.
So, what's the plan? What's the plans for the new year? Are you hoping to maybe kickstart again, or will you?
I'd say so. Try and get back into it fully, and maybe. I said this last time I was up to, but start writing my own songs again.
Yeah. Did you write that one there? What was it? The Last Ride.
Last Ride and Wayward Trails on the album.
Yeah,
those are the two.
They were two good songs. When I was playing the album back when I got it off field the last time, couldn't believe when I heard those two songs. You actually wrote them yourself.
Those were one of the ones that I just sat down one evening and wrote them in 10 or 15 minutes.
Just showed you.
But I was going to. I was sitting there last week and I was like, I've got idea after idea for a song.
Yeah.
But then I'm sitting, what do I start with? And sure, the idea goes out of my head then, and I'm away doing something else. And
yeah.
I should sit down some evening and write out a couple ideas and see where
Have you ever been over to Nashville at all?
I was there. Geez, how many years ago now? Must have been 2022.
Yeah.
I was over for a cousin's wedding in Chicago, and
you took a scoot down.
Took a wee trip down. I thought, while I'm in the States, I may as well go down to Nashville and see what it's like.
John Dolan goes down over there every November, and I know in the last 2 years, young Alistair went over with him, and he at the time of his life, he was down in the Music Bar and Grill bar out and you would love that kind of a going out with a crowd of lads, you know.
It's a fabulous spot,
especially that they're into the music and that, you know. And John actually recorded out there this year, but he hasn't got it finished yet. He's just to get the mastering done, but hoping to get it because John and his band are doing very well as well.
I would love to go back. It's my 21st now, and the end of this year in December, and I thought to myself, a 21st birthday party in Nashville wouldn't be
that'd be nice.
Wouldn't be the worst thing.
I wouldn't mind now going out for my 50th birthday. No, the last time I was out there was actually in 2019. Myself and my good friend Shane Wallace were out there, and we had a great time out there. We met a lot of them. I got a good few interviews out there. I met John Schneider. I met a fair few out there. We had a great time all together. We just went out together, the two of us, you know, and it was great.
I would love to go out and, do what John done, record a song fully out there. That'd be the spot to do it now.
Did you ever do any videos with any of the songs from the album? You know, did you ever do any kind of...
I done 2 music videos for the 2 number 1 hits, actually.
Yeah.
The 2 songs that I'd done the music videos for went to number 1.
Yeah.
They were Corn Don't Grow and I'm No Stranger to the Rain. They got a good bit of traction now.
Who would have been influential? You know, would there be any particular singer would have influenced you more than another that you would have liked more than the other of the newer ones or the older ones, you know?
Johnny Cash would be
Cash
the number 1. I went to a phase there, strictly listened to only him for, I think it must have been 2 years straight. Not a single other artist, just I learned every single word to every song, back to front, and just...
He had his own style, hadn't he? A lot of people said he wouldn't have been the best singer in the world, but he had his own sound and his own style, you know, and his lyrics. There's a song I've been playing on the radio, and I didn't know this until my wife told me at the weekend. He did this, or what? No, it was Willie Nelson that actually did a song. It's called "I'm My Own Grandpa," and it's a big story. I must let you hear it later, but it was a true story, you know. It's about this guy, and he marries a widow, and if you hear the lyrics of it, but it's a true story. You think it's a comedy song, but it's actually how it could happen. It's called "I'm My Own Grandpa," and it happened back in the 40s in America.
Jeez,
but
I'd have to give that one a listen now on the way down the road again.
Honest to God. Come Come here, before I let you go, you might give us one more, because I don't want to hold you up too much. It's a rotten night, and thanks for coming up.
Not a bother. Thanks for having me.
Coming up.
Glad to be back.
Yeah.
Since we're...
And come here, do you want to plug anything, or have you anything coming up that for anywhere you're playing you'd like to give it a plug?
Like to give a wee shout out.
Yeah.
Wee shout out to my brother and his wife over in Chicago. They're over listening.
A cold windy city.
It is. I don't know how many inches of snow they have at the minute.
Oh my God. Let them keep it. We thought a speck of snow was bad last weekend.
That's it. We only thought we were bad.
Well, come here, Mark. Thanks for coming up, and sing us out with a good old song anyway.
I'll do while we're on the topic of Johnny Cash, I'll do one of his.
Yeah.
I hear the train a-comin', rolling round the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. But that train keeps a-rolling on down to San Antone. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. I'll bet they're the rich folks eating in a fancy dining car, probably drinking whiskey, smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming, I know I can't be free, but those people keep moving, and that's what tortures me. If they freed me from this prison, if that railroad train was mine, bet I'd move it on a little farther down the line, far from Folsom Prison, where I want to stay. Then I'd let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away.
It's all about the music every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday night with the Country Boy on Highland Radio.